Hello, my name is Crystal McCaughey, and I am here to talk about breaking traditions. Flowers. We use them for so many reasons. We buy them as gifts for others. We use them for ceremonies and celebrations. We use them for decorative purposes, and in some cases, we use them in cuisine. What is it about flowers that causes us to be engaged with them? Is it the scent? Is it curiosity? Is it the wonderful colors that they display that captivate us? I was once a volunteer at the Huntington Library, and let me tell you, it's gotten me so curious about plants. Yes, some artists use plants to help us understand the world a bit better. Botanical artists use art to illustrate important parts of the plant to help educate students and scientists. I recently went to the Getty Center off the 405, and although I did not enjoy the traffic, it was still worth it in the end. I got to see LA from a top view, walked around in the garden, and got to explore paintings. Paintings that I never really took the time to appreciate. Today, we will look at two different artworks from two very different people. Both painted flowers, but not for the purpose of educating others. Let's take a closer look on how these paintings became meaningful. Vincent van Gogh, born on March 30th, 1853. He is known to be one of the great post-impressionists despite of his short-lived art career. Under the care of his brother and a homeopathic doctor, Van Gogh was not able to overcome his mental health issues, and unfortunately, his work was influenced and changed the art world only after his death. Though his life was filled with feelings of tragedy, failure, and melancholy, Vincent van Gogh doesn't cease to surprise new and old audiences with his wonderful techniques. Irises was painted in May of 1889, a painting that Van Gogh created during his stay at the psychiatric hospital of Saint Remy de Provence, where he voluntarily admitted himself after having a mental break. During his stay, the staff were nice enough to let him have an additional room where he could have space to paint. According to him, this painting was solely a study of nature, and regardless of its so striking image, it doesn't follow any certain type of style. It seems to almost be a landscape, but not quite because the viewers can't see anything in the distant horizon. And it's almost like a botanical illustration, except that it's missing the accuracy and the tightly knit details that most artists in the botanical arts use. His color choices are complementary to one another all over the painting. The reddish dirt contrasting the green blades on the irises, and the orange bed of flowers in the background give the blue irises more intensity as your eyes move to take a closer look at the movement of each individual petal. These colors are without a doubt signature colors of Van Gogh paintings. His brushstrokes mimic the chaotic garden environment that he is painting. In that scene, it is very animated with life, while somehow it still brings a sense of peace. According to American art historian and former curator of the J. Paul Getty Museum, Jennifer Helvey, after Van Gogh's death, Claude Monet did comment, "How could a man who has loved flowers and light and has rendered them so well, how could he have managed to be so unhappy?" This painting is an excellent example of why Van Gogh is considered to have been a true master of his craft. Among the paintings from the Getty, I stumbled across another floral painting. This one was painted by Gustave Courbet, "The Bouquet of Flowers in a Vase." I instantly recognized his name, but I did not recognize the painting. From my perspective, Courbet is better known for his paintings that portrayed more political stands inspired by the socio-economic statuses that divided the wealthy and the impoverished. Born in Ornans, France, Courbet was raised in a household that had negative feelings towards the monarchy. Like Van Gogh, Courbet preferred painting from life and was known for painting realism. Before Courbet's bouquet of flowers in a vase, he only painted several paintings depicting flowers. His friend Etienne Baudry invited him to stay in his estate, which he originally planned to stay for only 2 weeks. He prompted him to paint flowers. But because of the warm reception of the local townspeople, the beauty of the countryside, and the incredible productivity that arose as a result, he stayed for nearly 11 months at the estate. This painting was one of the pieces that he produced during his stay at the estate. The bouquet of flowers in a vase among his very many paintings. This was to be one of the larger ones. He painted this in the summer of 1862, and although he had a strong opinion about artists and how they should only paint from life, he made an exception with this painting. He painted a wild array of flowers, with some that are common and others that are exotic. The flowers in this painting were shortly lived, and they were mostly summer blooms, and others, like the lilac, are past season. The technique of mixing that would not otherwise bloom within the same season is a Dutch tradition that has been employed for at least a few centuries. In doing so, he was paying homage to the traditions from past artists, but this is only one of the only aspects of the painting that keeps within the tradition. Courbet has a deep understanding of how light, color, and composition works. He intentionally uses composition differently than other traditional works of past artists. He places the vase off-center to the left of the painting, and he uses the light coming in from the right to help balance the heaviness. The arrangement looks like it has been spontaneously put together, without care of symmetry. The flower arrangement looks chaotic and yet so delicate and balanced. Past traditional botanical artists labored over small details, where Courbet took the liberty to use the brushstrokes less seriously, resulting in a piece that has decorative details and a delicate light touch. The dark background enhances the delicate beauty of the flowers by placing them in the environment where it's neither indoors nor outdoors. Although Courbet was already known for his political works, his works on flowers sold easily, and he even would remark how much money he would make on the flower paintings. Both of these artists accidentally came across a mundane scene and found beauty that was not intentional to capture their artwork. Though both of the paintings are very different from one another, these artists managed to break away from traditional rules and compositions from previous works. Both of these artists created excellent examples of how to break with stylistic traditions and created pieces that rival their contemporaries and predecessors. These are my references, and thank you for watching.